Her temper and her structured order of things that were required was very extreme. And so the order at which she would get dressed to go outside when it was cold, it had to have the right glove on before the left glove. And then you put the jacket on over, and then you zip it up and you button it before you put on the boots. And if you get the order messed up in any way, then you're going to have a screaming 45-minute fit. In my second term, when we weren't able to find, nobody could tell us what was the issue, what was wrong, and it was just a committee testimony describing what autism is. He was reading his testimony with his mother sitting next to him. He was maybe 10 or 11 years old, and he was one of the few kids in our state that had received access to behavioral therapy at an early age and at the quantity that makes a difference. But at that point, there wasn't any question in my mind. I knew. The more I learned about diagnosis, the more I learned about autism, the more convinced I became. It certainly wasn't a happy moment, because in the same testimony we had heard, we don't know much about this. We don't know what causes it. We don't know where it comes from. We certainly don't have a cure for it. This is something lifelong. This was just a devastating moment for us. Such a blessing to see the type of progress that a child with autism can make when they have access to the appropriate therapy. We're working on the use of language in ways that we never thought possible before, in forming relationships with other kids. And that I knew that if somebody in my position had that difficult a time, that the average person in Michigan had absolutely no chance. And so we just wanted so badly for other families to have this type of just hope. It's really exciting now, and you see it's starting to happen. And we're starting to see more therapists come to Michigan, more therapists that are trained in Michigan stay. This is the bipartisan achievement. This is where Republicans and Democrats came together to support a policy, even though conservative and liberal interest groups all opposed it. It's just regular people that have an issue to move something through that the professional establishment opposes, and it's something that really gives me a lot of hope in what can be accomplished here with against the biggest odds.